Well, hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your mid November reading. Hope you're amazing. So, let's see what we have for you, Scorpio. Bully highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. You know what about this? It feels like you want something. That's all. It just feels like you want something and you're trying to get it. And yeah, but we'll get into that. Okay, so we have Hilarion and two scrolls, two worlds. All right, sorry. Amazon was at my door. Okay. So, this is basically the Hierophant and the Two of Wands. Okay. Just in this deck, it has stronger spiritual meaning, but um, so I'm gonna give you what I feel, Scorpio. Okay, so you have this idea of sort of like what you want and how you want things to be, how you want an outcome to be, how you think a relationship should be, how you think work should be, how you think your goal should play out. Okay. Um, but I feel like paths sometimes have multiple different directions, and this one I'm seeing too. So you're getting where you want to go is what I'm saying, but it's not playing out the way that you see it should be playing out. And you're feeling like, oh man, it's going this way instead of this way. That means something is wrong. That means something is happening. That means that I need to take control. I need to see what's happening. There's a fear, there's an agitation. This could cause you to lash out. This could cause you to manipulate. This could cause you to, to try to get things the way that you see it fit. But what I'm seeing is that things are happening the way that it should be happening. Even though it's not happening the way you would like it to happen, unfortunately, it is happening exactly the way that it should be. Okay. Um, yeah. So freedom, possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Surrender, I release my need for control. Exactly what I'm saying. And loneliness, I know that I am never alone. Yeah. This is just solidifying what I was just feeling. So, yeah, I feel like at first things were going your way. You felt like you were in control. It looks good. It's on the path, it's on the trajectory that you wanted to. And then it's not. It gets a little boggled, it gets a little complicated. And that's because, other people are involved, fate is involved, the collective is involved. Like there are other factors that need to be worked out that maybe you didn't see before, but you're still on the same trajectory. Okay. So it's like release the need to have things the way you see fit and know that it is working out for you. Okay. The universe is there for you. They have not abandoned you. Okay. Okay. It's just like things are like taking a left turn. That's what it is. Not even a left turn like off the rails, but more like a detour. Oh, we starting off strong with the devil, I see. Okay. The devil, the chariot, Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles. This is interesting. Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Wheel of Fortune, Page of Cups, High Priestess, the Empress, and the Five of Swords. I want to talk about the major arcana first. The Devil, the Chariot, Wheel of Fortune, and the High Priestess, and the Empress. That's a lot. That's a lot. One thing I could see by looking at this spread, Scorpio, is that fate has intertwined. Fate is involved. That is a major factor in what's going on here. I do see that there are some things that you can't see, but everything is in motion. I do want to verify to you, especially with the King of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune next to each other, everything that you've set into motion is happening. Okay, like it's happening. It's not happening in the way that you want it to, which is why the Page of Cups is here, because you need to have an open heart, be lighthearted and open to new emotional directions that it's taking you. So you need to be confident. All of this is in this 4-card spread here, right? It's like you need to be confident. You need to have confidence during this time, confidence during this detour, that you're on. So I do see there's a need for control. There's a need to have, there's a need to hold, there's a need to understand. There's a need to be in control, really, is how I'm seeing it. And as long as everything is going the way that you want it, then it's fine. Because you're trying to create this idea. The devil just tells me that you're really stuck to, you have this idea of how it should look, and you're really stuck to what that idea is. What's interesting is it's moving. It's just that at first it's moving in your direction, right? So now watching this, everything's fine. You're good. It's moving into your direction. But I feel like there's a lack of the energy is gearing me towards a person. So there's lack of empathy for either that person or the other side of the situation. And it's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. It looks like, okay, so let's say you're in a relationship with someone and they say, I just need some time to myself, because they're trying to find themselves. They're trying to figure out what's next in their life. And they're like, okay, so they may be not talking to you as much. They're a little distant. And I feel like this isn't a part of your plan, right? And you're like, oh, this person's cheating. You're thinking of all the bad things it could be, instead of listening or taking to heart what this person has said to you, right? And that's what it feels like. Because I feel like with these two cards, someone is trying to find their way. It's like both, like they're trying to find their way, and you're trying to control the narrative of the story. But you need to be confident that this person is still on your trajectory. They haven't moved off, right? It just feels like they are not confident emotionally about where they're going and what they're doing and their actions. But you're set. I just see that this person, the other person, is focused on their direction and on themselves. And you're focused on holding on to what you have cultivated and protecting what you've made. So, Yeah, both have a need to control, whether it's the situation as a whole or their own life, their own confidence, their own feelings, their own self. Interesting. Okay. So you're looking to create change because all of this just feels like change, you know? Both of these are cards of stability, very grounded, very like bouldered bottom of the water, kind of like dragging down, securing. And there's change in your life because of that. And you need to know that the universe is on your side. And that's why the high priestess is here as well. Because this is basically like you have to look into yourself or think of like a higher power having control. It's not that things are bad, you know, it's just that it's just going a different way than you want it to go. That's really what it is, okay? It's interesting though cuz I feel like this person has not blocked you out in any way. The Page of Cups is a very lighthearted energy, right? So their heart still is connected to you in some way. This situation is still connected to you in some way, but it's more loose. It's more free, you know? Um it's like this person realizes somewhere along the way when they're trying to find themselves, if this is a person, that they need you. So they get more lighthearted with you. So there is going to be change, but you need to be open to allowing this person to be free to connect with you in their way. And if I'm going to tell you why I'm having a hard time with this, because I feel like in your mind, Scorpio, you're like, well, this is what I want. And they're going to, and in that way, but they're going to give me what I want. This is what I want. This is how I need things to be. But also there needs to be a little compassion to this person. It's like, all in all, Scorpio, you want a balanced person in your life. You don't want a person that's off kilter. You know, you don't want a person that is in need of something. It's like they need space. They need time to grow. They need time to understand parts of themselves as an individual. And you're suppressing that for your own satisfaction almost. And that's, when you look at it that way, it's not really fair, you know? So it's more of a both sides type of thing. But what's interesting, like I said before, is you're both going the same direction. Okay. So let's talk about this energy. Yeah. This is overall energy. This tells the whole thing. The Empress and the Five of Swords. The Empress is about growth, right? It's about cultivating and nurturing. It's coming from a place where you just want the situation to work out. The Five of Swords is basically, as I like to say, pick and choose your battles wisely, because that's what it is, right? But it also has because it's a five, it also has an underlying feeling of grief and sadness, right? So it's like, I'm feeling this grief and sadness. I'm overthinking on how to fix it, how to communicate it. And I'm not thinking of the other side. I'm just thinking of winning. I'm thinking of how I can nurture this instead of listening to the opposing energy or trying to compromise with the opposing energy. Interesting. All right, let's see where we're going to start first. The Wheel of Fortune is actually the first one. Yeah. Yeah, just there's very much like look at the bigger picture energy on this. Because it's like you're taking away what the universe is trying to resolve or fix for the future because you want control now. That's exactly what that is saying. So it's like you have to let things play out the way that they need to play out. Yeah, everything is working out in your favor. I feel like you just need to like coast this. But it's hard for you to coast it because you feel like you're going to lose. This is interesting. So, if this is about someone in your life, it's not that they're not like they're not it's not like they are unhappy with you. There we go. It's more like they have everything they need and they can't figure out why they're unhappy or agitated or feeling weird. It's like they need to get back to themselves to figure out what that is. So they're basically distancing themselves from everything to slowly pick everything back up to see what the problem is. They just want to feel whole again. You know, that's what it is. Being self sufficient, even in a relationship, they want to be an individual. They don't want to piggyback off someone else or use someone else as a support system when they can't even do that for themselves. That's really what it is. Page of Cups, Eight of Swords. Yeah. I feel like you don't want to leave anything to chance. That's what it is. There has been a time, Scorpio, where you didn't speak, you didn't communicate, and you didn't like where that took you. So I feel like it's sort of like a trigger for you. And that's what the devil is here for, because it's a trigger to want to stay in control of a situation because you're afraid of what could happen. So let's see what this direction energy is. Yeah, this is very much energy to coast. You need to coast because you can easily be directed with your emotions instead of your intuition or being clear, So the key is to try not to fight, to try not to argue, to think of things on a higher level spiritually, mentally, because I feel like there are some points of like sadness or feeling like you've lost. Someone's coming back around. If you're single, this is a new person coming into your life. Because this is like, oh, I feel like I've lost this person. Then they come back around. Or this is feeling like you're not going to have love and then have someone flirting with you. Because I feel like you really want to hold on to this person when that happens. So you're like, I'm going to do what I need to do to make it happen, How do I need to balance this? How do I need this to make this work in real time? But I will say this, remember what you have learned, okay? Remember what you have learned. Nothing is officially set in stone at this point. Like, don't think that this person, like, coming back into your life right now is, like, solid, okay? There's still some work that needs to be done, probably moving into December. So keep your guard down, right? Don't try to love bomb them and all that. Just be open and, go with the flow. Okay. So I feel like we're going to talk about money here. Also, I see that someone outside of you is not happy with their future plans. And it might be you, actually, that's not happy with the future plans or career plans. I don't know why I'm looking up here. With career plans. it's like you're like, wait, I'm either not doing anything actively to get there, or I need to make some changes. So I see it some focus on finances, career, and wanting to move that forward, which with the chariot tells me this is a good time to do that. Yeah, because I feel like you're starting to see past confusion and other things that are going on surrounding your career and your goals, so you can make clear decisions. Um, I feel like I've been saying this a lot, but this is like not taking control of your finances the way that you should. And I feel like this had a lot to do with you spending a lot of time being in a good pocket when it comes to money. And you were like, we're good. I got it, you know? And you weren't really paying attention to the details or maybe how you were spending money. But I feel like that's going to change because now you're more focused on long term view and budgets and keeping things going. And this could just be as well because the new year is coming. So everybody's getting their self all balanced and ready to go. Um, you just want to. So I feel like you're paying attention to the way you're spending money and the things that you're buying. If you need them, do I need to spend this amount of money? What can I get rid of? And things like that. And you're doing this so once you do it, once you budget, once you figure this out, you're going to keep this mindset for a while after this. Some of you, I don't know why I'm hearing this, but some of you are speaking your mind an awful lot during this time. And that's probably what's adding to this issue with the person here. You're like, I need to speak up for myself. I need to speak up in this situation. But this one's a little bit different. So a little bit of discernment is needed here. That's why you have all these spiritual cards. Um yeah, someone, I don't know if this fit this in how it fits you, because there's some vibes that make me feel like it's you that is this other person, and there's some that makes me feel like it's another person in your life. Okay, because I see, so whoever this other person is, whether it's you or them, I see them having a focus on what they haven't been doing. That's in their mind. It's like, what haven't I done? What haven't I fixed? What haven't I resolved? What do I need to work on for myself? How can I set up for my future? There's a lot of that going on in their head, and they're making choices based on that. That's why I said earlier, if you remember, Scorpio, I feel like they're blanking everything out, and then it's like they're pushing everything to the side, putting it on a list, and then going down the list and adding the things back into their life again. So they may be a little bit distant. They may be a little bit aloof, you know. The key here is not to take this energy to heart. That's where the key. That's what the key is. Sorry, this wouldn't be a reading of mine if I didn't drop the cards on the floor. Okay. Guilt. Yeah. Like I said, I had this vibe that something has happened in the past. And you either didn't stand up for yourself or you didn't do what you were supposed to do per se, you know? Like, you feel like you could have done better and you're like, well, I'm going to do it this time, right? So there's this force behind it of needing to be in control of that narrative. Yeah. But like I said, there is another person involved, definitely for someone, for the majority, I would say. Okay. Because if it feels like you need to look at this other person's perspective with compassion and love, and take some of that guilt that you have out, you know, like this doesn't have anything to do with you. Like you're involved, but their changes aren't your fault. Okay. All right. And then discovery. Yeah. Everything will come back together. But be open to what this person's going to say to you. Be open to how situations are changing in your life, okay? Because you're still, like, I'm going to repeat this again, Scorpio. You're still on the same path. It's just a detour. There are some little tidbits and things that are going to change or that need to change, but you're still on the same path. It's more like fine tuning. Okay? All right. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye bye.